Hello and welcome to Unit 1. That's my kind of friend. All right, so we're going to get started here. We're going to be looking at several things. We're going to start with the snapshot, and we're going to be talking about romance and marriage in the United States. Let's discuss personalities, qualities, discuss likes and dislikes. So let's go ahead and start with the chart. Now it says in the United States, but it might be similar for here in Mexico. When choosing a spouse or partner, single Americans want to find someone with, right? Someone with similar ideas about having and raising children, someone with a steady job, someone with the same beliefs. Now, normally this means like religion, but it can extend to several things. It doesn't have to be religious in and of itself. And then at least as much education and the same background. In other words, they're both middle class families, they're both white, they're both Christian, they're both from New Jersey or from the East Coast. So that's definitely same background. Now, take a look here. Women tend to be the pickier ones in relationships, right? More women than men, not by a lot. Look for someone with similar ideas about having and raising children. That would be my number one. Not to get very personal, but I dated a couple of single moms, and as the new guy, right? If you ever overstepped on how they were raising their kids, no matter how crazy it was, oh wow, take a step back. Like it was very hard, So you have to be a team. So whether you're dating a single parent, there's a lot of single dads out there too. So whether you're dating a single parent or you're gonna have kids of your own, having similar beliefs about family is definitely a big one. A steady job. Oh my God, look at this. Oh my God, women by far are the ones seeking that security, and this is something primal. A friend of mine likes to talk about the evolutionary aspect of this and of nesting. I mean, women are the ones that are going to have to deal with the pregnancy. Women are going to give birth. If they have a complicated pregnancy, if they have a C-section, all of that, it goes into that. So they're the ones that are going to have to take some time off of work. So obviously they want a guy that not only has a steady job, but I would go a step further and say that has a quote unquote good job. In other words, a high earning job, and that will be able to take care of them and the child, right? The same beliefs. Again, women are the ones here, but look how low it is on the chart when it comes to their priorities for both men and women. At least as much education, it's fairly even, but fairly low on the list of priorities. I would say it's my number two. After the same ideas on raising children, at least as much education is my number two. If you're dating an idiot, there's nothing you can talk about. There's nothing wrong in dating an idiot. I mean, there's priorities. Maybe they do something else really well. Maybe they have a motorcycle. Maybe somehow they have a lot of money and they can take you to the beach. So I mean, there's a lot of reasons why people put up with dating an idiot. Maybe they're very good looking, and that's enough for you right now. But as you get older, you start to realize looks go away, looks fade, and you got to talk to this individual face to face. So if they don't have at least the same education as you do, or they at least, I don't know, read books and watch the news, you're going to have a very boring relationship. So that was my number two. And the same background. This would probably look a little different uh, 10 years, 20 years ago. Now it's very low on their priority list. And I would have to agree. You don't have to come from the same place as long as you agree and respect each other, right? So, this is the question to you guys. In your opinion, which of these things above are the most important to look for in a partner? Did any of the items surprise you? Which ones and why? All right, so go ahead, take some time to look at the chart again. Are there other important qualities missing from the list? Like, what's important to you that didn't make it onto this list, right? And no, them having to like my mom is not an option. Just something big that you feel is important that they missed in this chart. So I don't know, pause the video, take some time to answer it, take your time, and then we'll put play again, and we'll keep moving forward. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to perspectives. So here we go. Here's a conversation. What are you looking for? So we have two friends. We have Joe and we have Roy. And they're talking about what they're looking for. So let's go ahead and take a listen on these two guys.
Interchange, 5th edition, by Jack C. Richards, with Jonathan Hull and Susan Proctor. This class audio program contains recordings that correspond to Students' Book 3. Published by Cambridge University Press. This recording is copyrighted. Unit 1. That's my kind of friend. Page 2. Exercise 2. Conversation. What are you looking for? Part A. Listen and practice.
What are you doing?
I'm setting up my profile for this online dating site. I have to describe the kind of person I'm looking for.
I see. And what are you looking for?
Well, I like people who aren't too serious and who have a good sense of humor. You know, someone I can have fun with.
Okay. What else?
Well, I'd like someone I have something in common with, who I can talk to easily.
I think I know just the girl for you. My cousin Lisa. She's a lot of fun, and she loves sports, just like you.
Well, why not? I'll give it a try.
Okay. I'll invite her over for dinner, and you can tell me what you think.
All right, excellent. So here, the audio is copywritten, so credit where credit is due to Cambridge. But we are seeing Joe and Roy is setting up a profile for online dating, right? For the OkCupids, for the Match.coms, for the Tinders and stuff like that. Statistics show that it's not all that great, or at least it's not all that great for the guy, right? I will go ahead and link a video in the description below of a YouTuber discussing how online dating is horrible for everyone involved, but mainly men. Now, he usually promotes singlehood. He doesn't advise men to date because the playing field's a little uneven. So I'll go ahead and put it in the bottom if you guys want to watch that video, and then we can discuss it in class, whether you guys agree or disagree with him and why. Or if you want to actually do it for a 1 hour, go ahead. I'll go ahead and link it in the description below. And it's fairly short, right? So here he is doing that, but he says, Joe says, how about you just, I don't know, I'll set you up with my cousin, Lisa. You guys have a lot of stuff in common, right? So like many things in life, we find it through a friend, right? Whether it's a job, whether it's a boyfriend or girlfriend, people like to hook us up. Okay? So let's see how that went for him.
Page 2. Exercise 2. Part B. Listen to Joe and Roy discuss Lisa after they had dinner together. What did Roy think of her?
So, what did you think of Lisa?
Well, I was worried at first, especially when I saw that she rode a motorcycle. I thought she might be one of those girls who was into heavy metal music and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
But she's pretty normal, right?
Yeah, and she's smart and funny, and very pretty too.
I knew you'd like her.
Yeah, I do. She's my kind of girl.
So are you two gonna get together again?
I hope so. I got her number, and I'll text her tomorrow. Do you think she liked me?
I think so. She seemed to be having a good time, too. But I guess you're gonna have to get in touch with her and find out.
All right, so things went well. He was nervous, right? That she might be into heavy metal, like if that's a bad thing. However, as someone who does go to heavy metal concerts, I can attest that his concerns are legitimate. I'll just leave it at that, right? But there's still plenty of normal people that listen to that kind of music, so we can talk about biases and what are you guys looking for or anything like that. So things went well, and they're gonna go out again. So notice that it's about they're looking for people who or that. So that's the main grammar here. Relative pronouns. So as a subject, I like people who aren't too serious. It can also be an object. I want someone who I can have fun with. Okay. Now, notice that they're saying you can say either who or that. I prefer for you guys to manage who for people and that for things. Okay, so essentially, I want someone who, whatever, right? I want a car that. So car is a thing. I want a stereo system. I want a gaming console. I want a computer that. Okay. Places. The beach is somewhere. Well, actually, the beach is where? Beach is where? And time. Okay. The 80s was when? Okay. So that's how we manage these relative clauses. People who, so let's do that. People who, things that. Places where. Like that is the house where I grew up. Okay? Or that is the city. So places where and time when. If you stick to this formula, you will always be right and you will never be confused. So just stick to that. Okay? So here when the book says who or that, don't worry about that. Stick to who. Okay? But just know that you can also use that. Okay? And they're using it in two ways. As the subject of the clause and as the object of the clause. I like people who aren't too serious. I want someone who I can have fun with. I like people who have a good sense of humor. I'd like someone who I can talk to easily. So let's go ahead and take a look at the exercise here. Match the information in column A and column B, then compare with a partner. So right now, go ahead, pause it, and go through it. They already did number 1 for us. I don't like to work with people who are too competitive. Okay. So they already did number 1 for us. Go ahead and do number 2 through 7. When you're done, do part B where it says put a line through who or that in part A if it's optional. Then compare with a partner. Interesting, right? When is it optional? Well, if you take a look up here, when it's a subject, you have to say it. I like people who aren't too serious. If it's the object, then it's optional. I want someone who I can have fun with, or I want someone I can have fun with. So it's optional if it's the object. You have to put it if it's the subject. So go through the exercise, look at it carefully. When is it the subject? When is it the object? When can it be optional? So go ahead, take your time. Once again, pause the video, and we'll go again and go through them. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on to word power. This pair work, we're actually going to do it. Section C, we'll do it in class. When we actually connect to the virtual classroom, we're actually just going to go ahead and do it as classwork. So don't worry about it. Okay, so for the moment, let's just go ahead and go through word power, which is vocabulary. Personality traits. Match the words with the definitions, then decide whether the words are positive or negative, writing P for positive or N for negative. Now we're going to go with the traditional definition because there's a few of these that are traditionally a negative trait, but could actually be positive or vice versa, right? For example, they already did once again number 1 for us. Easygoing. H, a person who doesn't worry much or get angry easily. Is it positive or negative? They decided to go with positive. Okay. Now, for example, my brother is easygoing. I wouldn't call it a positive trait because, as it says here, someone who doesn't worry. So he doesn't worry to the point where he doesn't care about a lot of things. And that makes him unreliable and flaky and just, it's not a good thing. But traditionally, someone who doesn't worry very much and doesn't get angry easily is a positive thing. So that's why we're going to go with the traditional definitions. So once again, go ahead, take some time and answer these. Egotistical, inflexible, modest, outgoing, stingy. Stingy is a popular one. My girlfriend has called me stingy recently. So I don't mind it. I own it. I'm a stingy person. I'm okay with that. Supportive, temperamental, and unreliable, right? I already gave this one away a little bit with the description of my brother. So go ahead and fill these out. And again, with the pair work, we'll actually do it in class. So relax, right? But it says cover the definitions, take turns talking about the adjectives in your own words. An easygoing person is someone who. So we're going to connect it with this section right here of the grammar with the relative pronouns. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that. And again, pause the video, go ahead and work through it, and then we will move on. Okay. So for now, we will continue to the listening section and the discussion. So we're going to end it with the listening, and we'll probably do the discussion in class tomorrow. That way, the more we cover now, the less we have to cover later. So let's go ahead and do the listening. And again, it says, listen to the conversations that describe three people. Are the descriptions positive or are they negative? Check the box. All right, so we have Emma, Mrs. LeBlanc, and Pablo. So let's go ahead and take a listen to the descriptions. You can go ahead and rewind the video and play it again if you need to. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at these.
Page 4, Exercise 5. Listening. What's new? Part A. Listen to conversations that describe three people. Are the descriptions positive or negative? Check the box. 1. Emma.
So, Courtney, how are things with your new roommate? Emma, right?
Yeah, Emma. Things are okay.
That doesn't sound good.
Well, I'm a little annoyed.
What happened?
So we take turns cleaning the apartment. It was her turn this week, and she still hasn't done anything. Then today, she left for her parents' house for the entire weekend.
Do you think she forgot?
Well, I asked her about it before she left, and she wasn't very nice. She said she didn't need another mom, and that she'd do things when she had time. She's not easy to talk to.
Well, she might do it Sunday night when she gets back. If she doesn't, then talk to her.
Yeah, I'll wait and see. Thanks, Rob.
2. Mrs. LeBlanc.
Hey, Jen. What's new with that internship in Paris? Did your French teacher help you with the application?
Mrs. LeBlanc? Yeah, she was a huge help. She reviewed my French and even gave me some good ideas.
That's great. She sounds so helpful.
She really is. I often tell her that, and she just laughs. She won't take credit for anything.
You know, my sister says she's the best teacher she's ever had. She's taking a French class now with another teacher, but she still writes Mrs. LeBlanc with questions.
And Mrs. LeBlanc doesn't mind?
Nope. She says she's happy to help.
She's so sweet. It's people like her that make me want to be a teacher.
Oh, yeah? Would you teach French?
French? I'm not so sure. Let's see if I get this internship in Paris first.
3. Pablo.
Hey, remember that it's Pablo's birthday next Friday.
Oh, that's right. What's the plan?
I haven't heard of anything. He's always organizing parties for other people. Let's plan something for him this time.
Great idea. Would he get mad if we invited all his friends?
No, he'd love it. And Pablo never gets mad anyway. Let's do dinner at his favorite Indian restaurant. You know how he loves curry.
Perfect. I'll invite his friends and you can take care of the dinner reservation.
Okay, but for how many people?
He has a lot of friends. Let's say 15 for now, and I'll let you know if it changes.
He's gonna love this.
Okay, excellent. So, again, during this listen, you guys had to say, are the descriptions positive or negative, right? And now we're going to listen again, and we have to write 2 adjectives that describe the individuals. So it'll have to do with like the word power. So easygoing, stingy, egotistical, and that kind of thing. So personality traits that these individuals have that make them either a positive or a negative person to be around. So let's go ahead and take a listen again and see what it comes up with.
Page 4, Exercise 5, Part B. Listen again. Write 2 adjectives that describe each person in the chart. 1. Emma.
So, Courtney, how are things with your new roommate? Emma, right?
Yeah, Emma. Things are okay.
That doesn't sound good.
Well, I'm a little annoyed.
What happened?
So we take turns cleaning the apartment. It was her turn this week, and she still hasn't done anything. Then today, she left for her parents' house for the entire weekend.
Do you think she forgot?
Well, I asked her about it before she left, and she wasn't very nice. She said she didn't need another mom, and that she'd do things when she had time. She's not easy to talk to.
Well, she might do it Sunday night when she gets back. If she doesn't, then talk to her.
Yeah, I'll wait and see. Thanks, Rob.
2. Mrs. LeBlanc.
Hey, Jen. What's new with that internship in Paris? Did your French teacher help you with the application?
Mrs. LeBlanc? Yeah, she was a huge help. She reviewed my French and even gave me some good ideas.
That's great. She sounds so helpful.
She really is. I often tell her that, and she just laughs. She won't take credit for anything.
You know, my sister says she's the best teacher she's ever had. She's taking a French class now with another teacher, but she still writes Mrs. LeBlanc with questions.
And Mrs. LeBlanc doesn't mind?
Nope. She says she's happy to help.
She's so sweet. It's people like her that make me want to be a teacher.
Oh, yeah? Would you teach French?
French? I'm not so sure. Let's see if I get this internship in Paris first.
3. Pablo.
Hey, remember that it's Pablo's birthday next Friday.
Oh, that's right. What's the plan?
I haven't heard of anything. He's always organizing parties for other people. Let's plan something for him this time.
Great idea. Would he get mad if we invited all his friends?
No, he'd love it. And Pablo never gets mad anyway. Let's do dinner at his favorite Indian restaurant. You know how he loves curry.
Perfect. I'll invite his friends, and you can take care of the dinner reservation.
Okay, but for how many people?
He has a lot of friends. Let's say 15 for now, and I'll let you know if it changes.
He's gonna love this.
Okay, so if you guys need to rewind and listen again, go ahead. Because if you notice, they're describing the person, but they're not telling you right out if they're stingy, if they're selfish, or anything like that. So go listen to the descriptions closely and then see which of the vocabulary words fit the description best. Right? And you have to look for 2 of those for each individual for a total of 6. So we're going to go ahead and stop it here. We will do the discussion in class when we connect. And then we'll continue tomorrow with the rest of the chapter. So for now, do the chart, do the grammar, the vocabulary, and this listening activity, and we'll continue with the rest tomorrow in class. Don't forget about the video, about what dating apps mean for modern dating in the description below. So I'm going to link that. You guys can use it as part of your discussion, or you can do it as a 1 hour. Okay, so that's it for me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.